everybody, I want you to catch hands. Hold on to someone. Hold on. Catch hands. Hold on. Listen now. Listen, listen. Oh God, we come again on Sunday to be in celebration. The celebration of life. Our own. And the life of being more than we've been. The life of being empowered, of taking on that which will make this world a better place for all of us to live. Amen. That which will help us confront that which is destructive and dangerous and violent and inhuman. Bring love. Let love take the place of hatred, and let love take the place of that which turns us against ourselves as well as our brothers and sisters. Let love take place this morning. We receive it now, and we rejoice in your spirit as we say amen, hallelujah, right on, shalom, salam. I'm going to do what the Spirit says do. If you don't know it, you'll soon know it. I want you to sing it with us, the words on the ball. Goes like this now. I'm going to do what the Spirit say do. I'm going to do what the Spirit say do. And if the Spirit say do it alone. I'm going to do what the Spirit say do. Yeah, I'm going to sing if the Spirit say sing. I'm going to sing if the Spirit say sing. And if the Spirit say sing, sing on Lord. I'm going to sing if the Spirit, yeah, I'm going to shout. The Spirit say shout. I'm going to shout if the Spirit say shout. And if the Spirit say shout, shout on Lord. I'm going to shout if the Spirit, yeah, I'm going to clap. The Spirit say clap. I'm going to clap. The Spirit say clap. And if the Spirit say clap, clap on Lord. I'm going to clap if the Spirit, yeah, I'm going to cry. The Spirit say cry. I'm going to cry. The Spirit say cry. And if the Spirit say cry, cry on Lord. I'm going to cry if the Spirit, yeah, I'm going to dance. The Spirit say dance. I'm going to dance. The Spirit say dance. And if the Spirit say dance, dance, oh Lord, I'm going to dance. Yeah. I'm going to march. The Spirit say march. I'm going to march. The Spirit say march. And if the Spirit say march, yeah. I'm going to change if the Spirit say change. I'm going to change if the Spirit say change. And if the Spirit say yeah, yeah. And turn around and embrace your brothers and sisters. Embrace each other. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. You may be seated. Thank you. Thank you. You know we're going to start off first. I present to you at this time the incredible, the gospel soulful glide ensemble.
I've learned to live for the sound of his laughter. His sunny smile is my only light. To love him now is the something that I'm after. I'll make his melody my life. The meaning lifted the shadow from across my way. He touched my heart with a sweet song. You are singing, brought back the sun into my day, and you know. My Jesus, I'm a witness to the wonder of his reign. He's my Jesus, a solitary reason for my day. Whoa, whoa. To the wonder of his reign. He's my Jesus, solitary song for my day. Won't you help me sing it? Oh, he's my Jesus. To the wonder of his way. Oh, he's my Jesus, solitary reason, solitary reason, solitary reason. He's my Jesus. He is my Jesus. I know I'm a witness. I'm a witness to the wonder. For my day.
sisters and the sisters there. Let's hear it for the soloists. The soloists. Yeah. Let's hear Glide Ensemble. The Glide Ensemble. The musicians and director. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, it's good today. Good today. You want to do something now? Yeah. Okay.
Good morning and happy Father's Day. We want to celebrate all of the men and the fathers who are just, gentle, empowering, liberating, and nurturing of their families and their extended families. I got to tell you, though, that I have a particular problem with Father's Day because I didn't come from one of those families. I came from one that had sexual abuse and a lot of destructiveness in it. So, for those of us whose Papa was a rolling stone, hey, hey, hey. But here at Glide, Cecil gave us a home. Papa was a rolling stone, hey, hey, hey. But here at Glide, Cecil gave us a home. No longer do we have to roam. Papa, bow, used to get stoned, but now I got my recovery on. And with this love, brothers and sisters, we are not alone. 'Cause Cecil the man created a home. Papa was a rolling stone, hey, hey, hey. But here at Glide, Cecil gave us a home. Papa was a rolling stone, hey, hey, well. But here at Glide, Cecil gave us a home. Glide! Peace out! Peace out!
From the recovering women, from the women that Glide, happy Father's Day, Cecil.
And just on behalf of the generations and the men, happy Father's Day, Cecil. Father's Day, Cecil.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Open it. Open it.
Open it.
Thank you. Hold that for me. Open it. There is no telling. What's in there? By the way, all the people that came on stage are in recovery. Many of them, or most of them, are counselors here now. And the men and women, and I'm very proud about that. Lord, 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 Lord. What do you call this kind of material? Mud. Mud cloth. Mud cloth. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We got so much on the agenda today, I don't even know what's next. I guess the CPR. Listen, let me tell you, one of the... CPR, okay. I want you to know something. I'm very proud. So many times of what happens here, but I'm very delighted and very proud. Recently, we have training every year for CPR and also first aid. We had 21 people of our workers, people that volunteer as well as some of our staff, to be trained recently in CPR and first aid because we have a lot of emergencies, especially people who just go out like that. Many times maybe drugs, it could be just somebody cut themselves, Hopefully nobody got cut by anybody, but a number of emergency type situations. And it's good to know that we have people here that can handle it and take care of it. Albert Williams was the one who gave direction to this. Would you bring up the folks, please? Come on up, come on up. Those of you that got the training. Okay, come on. Come on. Come on. What are you doing standing down there? Come on up here. Mignon is the person who did the training for us, is the director of the training. First of all, Albert Williams.
I would like to thank Cecil and Jan for making this opportunity possible for us to have CPR. As Cecil said earlier, we deal with a lot of stressful situations at times, and this CPR training is very important for us to know, so when situations arise, we know how to deal with them. And it was very helpful. I would like to thank Mignon McGregor again, and again Cecil and Jan. I'd also like to say, Dad, happy Father's Day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Mignon, say something.
Well, it's very rewarding to us to hear these success stories. After all, that is what CPR and first aid is all about, helping people. So I'm very proud of this particular group. They were very attentive and very gracious. The company name is Safety Med, so if anyone out there is in need, or if you know of any company, our aim is to serve. So, Cecil, thank you very much.
Yeah. And I want you to know something. These folks have all been in recovery, and also I want to say this. There was a time some of these folks didn't think about no CPR. You hear me? Am I right about that? Yeah. Oh yeah. No CPR, nothing like that. No first aid. I tell you, this is why I'm so thrilled, because you're talking about coming through the fire. I mean, they've come through the fire. I mean, the worst conditions, and here they are today. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Children. Now at this time, we want you to listen to some of our young people here who are part of our singing group, and I'm very proud of them. Come on, young people, come on.
This song is dedicated for all the fathers on Father's Day. You're welcome. There's a hero. If you look inside your heart, you don't have to be afraid what you are. There's an answer if you reach into your soul, and the sorrow that you know will melt away. And then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you'll finally see the truth, that a hero lies in you. It's a long road when you face the world No one reaches out a hand for you to hold. You can find love if you search within yourself, and the emptiness you felt will disappear. And then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you'll finally see the truth, that a hero lies in you. That a hero lies in you.
people. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. What's the name of the family? Do we have that information? Huh? Yeah. We're going to do a christening at this time, okay? You've never seen in any place any group that can run through so many things. You know, different moods. Odd Cribs, come on, with the Cribs family here, the godparents. Got a child here, beautiful child. This is a brother who finished, what was it, Chicago Divinity School? Yeah, Divinity. Come on up here. Come on up here. Used to be here in television and went and took on another message. Still had, now he's got a lot of messages, I'm telling you. Very happy to welcome you and your family and your friends, the godparents, etc. What's the name of the child?
Mika DeLance.
Mika DeLance. Mika DeLance. Was just doing some reading about this last night. In the baptism or in the christening of a person, it not only means with the Greek word sozo, which is to cleanse, to lift up, to help grow, to bring about in community. But it also means that this child shall have the love, the unconditional love of the family and the bigger family. And so we invite you then to be a part of the family, to participate in this christening. Mika, let me have her in my arms here, please. Come here, sweetie. Yeah, I'm gonna let you see your parents there. I'm gonna try to get you over there so you can see them. I christen you in the name first of the mother, the father, the godparents, the loved ones. I christen you in the name of the community, the extended family. And finally, I christen you in the name of the Father, the Mother, God, and of the Son, and of the Spirit that dwells within all of us. Let us all say amen and hallelujah. Amen. Isn't that something? My brother, my sister. Yes. Yes. You want to say something? Where's a microphone?
You should never give a journalist and a preacher a microphone.
Yeah.
I just want to say that Glide has been home to us since 1977. When I first came to San Francisco, it was impossible to get through the week without coming to Glide. We're in the process, inshallah, to return to San Francisco, to this community in the next few weeks. And we'd like to say this will be home again for us and to us. And so we thank Cecil and the family for blessing our family and bringing us back to this community, San Francisco and Glide, which again is our home. Thank you very much.
Thank you, brother. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. We're going to take up the offering right now. It's a good time to take it up. I want you to take your time and write out your checks. Take out your folding money. We don't mind having change here, but we'd like to get around it if we could. But anyway, I want to thank you for your commitment in finances, your commitment to us and to the programs of Glide. The ushers are not going to start right now. The ushers are going to wait. The ushers are going to wait. They're going to wait. They're going to wait. I want to give you time to write your checks. I've had some people say I didn't have time to write my check. Well, we're going to give you time to put the 6 figures down there. Take your time, and thank you for your contributions so very much to Glide. While we're doing that, I want to say that I see one of our board members back from Vietnam, North Vietnam, right? Yeah, from Cambodia, I'm sorry. From Cambodia, yeah. Dr. Phyllis Kaplan there. Dr. Kaplan, stand up. What did you do? What did you do?
I listened to Glide tapes every night and I survived. That's what I did. I called home. I had taken a couple of tapes and I called home and I said to Michael, get some more Glide tapes from my shelf and mail them. And he went to the post office and they said, we don't mail to Cambodia. So he found some magic way to get them there, and that's how I survived.
Yeah, yeah.
And
now tell
the
us what you
nuns
did.
and everybody else.
What did you do? What did you
I
do?
did training at the university to open up their special ed and psych department, which had been closed since the 70s when Pol Pot went through Cambodia, and I also helped set up an orphanage for children that are disabled. And it's great to be home. I missed you.
Thank you. Love you too. Thank you. Ruth Jones, what's this about you winning Woman of the Year Award? Stand up. Woman of the Year Award, Ruth Jones. We have a group here from Korea, I think. Am I right about that? Methodist ministers from Korea. Would you please stand with your wives? So I think some of the wives are here. I did not get to meet you. Yes. They're downstairs here, I think, most of them. I understand that there's a district superintendent and a bishop with them. Good to welcome you, very much so. Thank you. It's good to have you, very much so. Yeah.
I just want the family to know that yesterday Cecil made the commencement speech at the John F. Kennedy University, and he received an honorary doctorate in public service.
I want you to know that I will be wearing my robe and my hood in the Tenderloin come Tuesday morning. Walk through the Tenderloin with my hood on. And I'm going to say, look what you helped me get. Yeah. Now, who's going to make the announcement? Matthew. Come on, Matthew. Make the announcement.
Good morning.
Thank you.
I'm not going to tell my story today, but I am going to tell you that it is Gay, Lesbian, Bisexual, Transgender Day, Father's Day, so our plates are full. And I would just like to say a special Happy Father's Day to Cecil and to all of the other fathers that are out here who have the strength and integrity to treat children with love and compassion, and those are very important things. Okay, please join us in Freedom Hall right after celebration and stop by the volunteer table for information about current activities, and visit the sales tables to pick up some wonderful mementos of the Glide experience, such as some very special books, including No Hiding Place by Cecil, Watch Out, We're Talking by Glide family members speaking out about incest and abuse, and Shedding Silence by Janice Mirikatani. We also have audio and now videotapes of today's celebration, and Glide t-shirts, tapes, CDs, and of the fabulous Glide Ensemble, and lots more. Some special announcements today. Please join the Glide family as we honor our young people at a very special ceremony after the 11 a.m. celebration. And is that? Oh, June 26th. I beg your pardon. That's June 26th. And then on June 22nd, there's a new volunteer orientation for the Children's Summer Program. And you can also sign up for that at the volunteer table. Saturday, June 25th, we need to support Cecil and go to Sacramento. Cecil will be speaking and the Glide Ensemble will be singing. We need people to sign up who can drive down and take some people with them. And there are a few slots on a bus if you'd like to sign up to get down there on the bus. All of that information? It's right, in Sacramento. That's a trip down to Sacramento on Saturday, June 25th. And today, if you signed up to serve the Father's Day dinner, please go down to the volunteer table to pick up your aprons after celebration. And happy Father's Day. Happy gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender day.
I need some of you to go with me to Sacramento. We're going Saturday morning, leaving here about 11 o'clock. The buses will be. And I hope that there will be a number of cars and vans or whatever to go along with us. I need you because I need some people who can clap in time. I really do. You understand what I'm trying to say? It sounds kind of humorous, but we want to really hopefully have the Spirit there. And I need you to help me. So if you can't, and you don't have to be a Methodist, by the way, to go. We don't stress Methodism that much around here anyway. I'm sorry to have to say that before our people from Korea, but we don't. We just don't. This is the church, first and foremost. And the church is made up of the people. And therefore, if we are the people and the church, we will be a different kind of people. And that's what we want to do. So I would appreciate and thank you very much for your support and endeavors along that way. Now, my brothers and sisters, before I speak, I got to bring you something very special. I mean really special. May I bring to you at this time the unbelievable, soulful Clarence Clemens.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's so wonderful to be here this morning, to be home in this house of love. I'd like to thank Dr. Brother, Father, Reverend Cecil for being so strong and being so forthright in his efforts to help us understand ourselves. I was recently home in Virginia visiting my folks, and it reminded me of when I was a child growing up. My mother and father would not let me go out all week if I didn't go to church on Sunday. He said, "You can't go to church, you can't go nowhere else." All right. Lessons that we learned. And one of the greatest lessons came from my grandfather's church. And every time I hear this song, I think of him. And when I think of him, this song comes to me. And I'd like to share it with you right now.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Thank you very much. I'm going to do I did a 7-minute one at the 9. I'm going to do a 10-minute one at this time, at the 11. Take this, somebody, please. Yeah, I can do it in 10 minutes. Huh? Oh, I'm going to work it now. You know that. I'm going to work it. I tried to say last Sunday that the wilderness, the desert, the place of desolation is where God comes, where God is met. It is where God enters into history. And the land shall be glad, says Isaiah. And the desert shall rejoice and blossom, shall blossom abundantly. And then, when the desert and the wilderness blossom, the blind will see, and those who are deaf will hear, and the lame shall walk or leap like a deer. And I did my deer thing last Sunday. I'm not going to do it this Sunday now. No, I'm not going to do my deer thing this Sunday. I'm just not, you know. Y'all are out of your minds, really. This is, I tell you. And the lame shall leap like a deer, and the tongue of the speechless, it is, the tongue of those who cannot talk, shall become and will become full of joy. You're going to start talking soon when you face yourself in the wilderness, when you face trying times, when you face adversity, when you face tragedy, when you face death, when you face the most horrifying experiences, when you look like everything is over and done with, and you can't do anything else. It is then and only then that one begins to get to one's real self. Because then you can't go the quick way. You can't find the easy answers. You got to wade in the water, children, where God has troubled the water. You got to keep working and looking and moving and doing, because it is there that blossoming shall take place. Now, having said that, what I want you to understand this morning is that it seems to me that you and I may in fact be aghast and shocked at the recent episode in Los Angeles. It is tragic. It is a tragedy. And I am not here to bring judgment in any way or another. But I am here to say to you that what we need in this new era as we approach the 21st century is we need to know that nothing, no facade, no pretense, no putting on, no mask wearing, no acting like, no gaming, no being that kind of in that kind of relationship or community that says just let things go by, everything will work out. No, nothing's gonna work out unless you begin to work it out, and you got to work it out. You got to work it out in ways that will not let us escape from the realities. There's still a lot of folks who will escape immediately by saying, well, God's here, I don't have to do no more. Oh, wait a minute. The reason God's there is you got to do a heck of a lot more. I mean, a lot more. Because God frees us to do a lot more. God lets us know that God cannot move until we move. Wait a minute. I said God will not move until we move. No wonder the Old Testament writer said, let my people go. Because they needed some movement. Somebody needed to get up and get going. Somebody needed to say, let's go to the promised land. Somebody needed to say, you are slaves. Let's get freedom now. Somebody needs to say, slave ship is over. You pretended, you put on. Your wealth was more important than humanity. Your property was more important than human life. What all of these niceties that you got and all of this middle class, no sense jive, gotta go if you're gonna come to grips with the fact that the Lord has said we gotta render and we gotta do something. If you render yourself, it means that you give up something. That's why the writer said, if you're gonna have life, you gotta give up life. You gotta give life. You don't sell your life, you give it. I'm here, what more can I be? I'm here, what more can I do? Let my people go. What a great challenge for all of us. What a great meaning for all of us. You know, I'm convinced that we're going to continue to destroy each other. And I'm talking about all over the world. You look at Rwanda and you say, what? How can this be? But go to New York City and look at New York City. Go to Chicago and look at Chicago. Go to San Francisco and look at San Francisco. You don't have to go very far, my brothers and my sisters, to find out how people are destroying each other as well as destroying themselves. I got a letter this week I got about 8 letters from people talking about what Glide meant to them, and one was our own, who was 8 years old, who came here from Vietnam, Nancy, who has just received, by the way, just graduated with honors from high school and is now getting ready to go to Brown University with a scholarship so she can be a doctor. Nancy wrote a letter to Jan and me, and she said, when I was sitting there on Sunday mornings, looking at the people and listening to the music and looking at you and Jan and trying to understand everything what this meant for my life, she said, something happened to me. I decided that I was going to be the very best person that I could be. And Glide helped me to be that person. You see, what I'm really saying is, my brothers and my sisters, I think I tried to say it yesterday at the graduation over at JFK University. I really just tried to say, look, my brothers and my sisters, let me tell you something of what I know about myself. I know how awful I am at times, but I know also how great I can be when I choose to be. And what we've got to do is begin to understand that as we move toward the 21st century, we have a choice to stay in the wilderness and do something about what we got to do in a way that will lift us out finally, in a way by which the journey means that we are being liberated, or being redeemed, or that something is taking place, some changes in our lives. See, too many times we want to stay the victim. We want to just go around and let all of that stuff that came into our lives continue to victimize us. We want pity from people. We want people to say how sorry they are for us. We want people to say, oh, you poor thing. Ain't no poor things. No, not anymore. What I want you to know is that those who feel poor, it is now time for you to feel like you got something and you do something. And the way you do that is you begin to go to the source of life, and the source of life is spirit, and spirit means life itself. So when you go to the spirit, you can't stay in the wilderness all your life. The spirit moves you. Every once in a while it says to you, that music's gonna get to you, now let it get to you. That word's gonna get to you, now let it get to you. The embrace of people will get to you, now let them embrace you. See, when love enters into your life, you can't be the same old person you've been before. William Lloyd Garrison, in 1831, a white man made a decision that he was going to start to publish a paper. The paper was called Raider in 1831. Garrison said, what I'm going to do is, since the slaves don't have any friends, I'm going to be a friend to the slaves. And I'm going to let those who keep selling slaves and buying slaves and keeping slaves, I'm going to expose them. So he started a little paper called the Liberator. And out of that paper he would print Mr. and Mrs. Jones in Atlanta, Georgia, just purchased 10 slaves. And we want you to know that that is inhumane, and we hope that you will be able to go by Mr. and Mrs. Jones's house and let them know that what they're doing is not human. Well, he kept printing that stuff, and word began to get out. And he even began to send some through the post office, and the postmaster tried to get rid of it and tried to do away with it. But some way, somehow, those little messages got out. And when the more he exposed, the better it was. This is why Glide, we believe that it is not important to be in anonymity. You don't have to hide no more. If you are whatever you are, if you do whatever you do, you not go hide anyway from nobody. Whatever you're doing, what we want you to do is be human and loving and generous and kind and open. We want you to be the kind of person that helps change society. We need some William Lloyd Garrisons who will break the back of slavery. See, you know, after we get kind of sophisticated, and after we get what we, and a little money, and whatever else goes with that, we say, well, I'm going to cool it for a while. Well, once you start cooling it, you have cooled out, frozen everything, your feelings, your thoughts, your ingenuity, your creativity, your education. That's why I'm so proud of some of these education facilities like City College, Eben Dubell, the chancellor who's here this morning. I'm so proud of places like that where people can start again going to school after they've been out or after they didn't make it somewhere. They are always entry levels for people, and we ought to provide entry levels for all kinds of people. We got to strategize. We got to be new strategists. Garrison was a strategist. And he said, I'm going to take it on. We need new strategists. Frederick Douglass was a strategist. Frederick Douglass, black man, A man who was not afraid of anything or anybody, caught the Underground Railroad train, jumped on the train, dressed as a sailor, took some sailor's clothes off of him, put them on, and jumped on the train and ride, and they were too big for him. They say he had to keep pulling them up, you know. But he got that Underground Railroad train and went to New York, and there began to be exposed to the freedom movement. Still a slave, but yet tasted freedom. And out of that created what was called the North Star, another instrument, another published instrument. And it was Douglass who has the credit of saying, I want to let my people, I want to free my people. But it was Douglass who said, after I free African Americans, I want to also free women, because women need freedom. And he was one of the strongest advocates for women. And I want you to know that you are looking at another Douglass. I want you to know that. I got a thing about women. I don't want to see women suffer too much longer. In fact, I don't want to see you suffer no more. All you got to do is go to the Bible and see how the writers still did not lift women up, did not give women mutual and equal rights. You go to most books, most places you go, most movies you go to, women are still put down. I don't care where you go, there's that kind of put down thing. I'm so glad that the women at Glide have shaken me up to the degree that I'm not going to stop talking and living and working for women. I want to be another Douglass. I'll tell you right now. I'm going to keep talking about women. I want women to have justice. I want women to have power. It's pathetic that in some of the churches and denominations in this day and time, they're still talking about, we don't want women to be ministers, to be clergy, to be priests. Well, who's been taking the message all along anyway? Huh? Where did we get the idea that our voices are so sounding with great ability to convey and communicate the message of God? God may be using the women to give us a message. It's about time for us to get the word too. God may be using also the woman who stands out there on the block buying crack cocaine to get a message through to us, or the woman who's standing out there with her body saying, come and get me. She may be also saying, I'm sick and tired of going through these trials and tribulations. Come and get me with your love. I'm going to read you a story and then I'm through. If you want to know where it's found, it's in Luke, the 13th chapter. You've never heard this one before. Now when Jesus was teaching in one of the synagogues, it was on a Sabbath, and just then there appeared a woman with a spirit that had crippled her for 18 years. 18 years, bending over, crippled with a spirit. I would imagine that it could have easily been someone who had been incested, Jan. Could have easily been someone who had been sexually molested. Could have easily been someone who had been battered. Could have easily been someone who was just put down and told women are nothing. It could have easily been a woman who had been rejected by the society and community because she didn't look like she belonged to the community. Could have easily been. But she walks in the synagogue, in the temple, And Jesus, being aware and sensitive and alert and concerned and loving and open, senses something. There's a woman here whose back is bent with 18 years of being spiritless. My sister, come and I will meet you. And so they go to meet each other. And as they go to meet each other, Jesus says, my sister, is the way it's recorded, you are now free. I say to you, I'm not Jesus, but I got a message. And I want to say to sisters and brothers all over, it is time for us to be set free. You are set free, women. You are set free, men, to stop acting and putting on and pretending. Now we can be a human community. Now we can be with each other in relationships that count rather than discount, that work and grow together. It is now time. And when he laid his hands upon her, she stood up. Oh my God. Standing up now. I'm standing up. You're not going to bend me over no more. I know what did it in the first place, and I ain't going back there no more. And they began to say, Jesus, you're not supposed to do this on the Sabbath. You're healing. And Jesus listened to them tell their lies and use their rules. And you know, that's what denominations bother me with, all the rules. The rule, you got it, and you gotta, it's like they twist people up tighter because that's the way they're going.